Okay, this is a pretty easy math assignment, but there's some terminology we need to know. We just went over interest. Now, here's what semi-annually means. Semi-annually. It means I get money from interest. Write this down. Pause the video if it's going too fast. 2 times every year. Okay, semi means 2. Okay, quarterly. I get money from interest 4 times every year. Annually, I get money 1 time, money from interest. Whoops, sorry, that was bad. I get money from interest 1 time every year. Now, here's what we're going to look at. This is to prepare you for what you're going to do next week. It says, find how much money I have after I get interest from my bank. Okay? Now, you already did interest once, but you're going to need to learn another way of doing it. Okay? I have $3,000 in my bank and the interest rate's 2%. So I want to find out how much money I have after I get the interest. So I have $3,000, but I'm going to do this a little differently. I'm going to multiply by the percent. But, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go off the side, I'm going to put 100%. Now, because this right here is 100%, okay? I get to keep that. Okay, so that's why I put 100%, okay? So I'm going to write that, and I'm going to put keep. I get to keep the $3,000. That's 100%. And then I get to add 2%. So that gives me a new percent. 100 plus 2 is 102. Now remember what we always do with percents before we multiply. We divide it by 100. So I take 102 divided by 100, and that's 1.02. Okay, so that's what I'm going to multiply by, and that gives me my new amount. So $3,000 times 1.02. So now I want you to write, I have $3,060. I went from $3,000 to $3,060. Okay, now the next problem, I have $5,000 in my bank and the interest rate's 2%. So, I have $5,000 and that represents 100% of what I have. Okay? And remember, I get to keep that. So, now I multiply, I take that 100%, and I get to add 2% again. So 2%. And that's 102% divided by 100 is 1.02. Okay, so that'll give me what I need. So I get 5,000 times 1.02, and that's $5,100. So you write, I have $5,100. So I had the $5,000. Now I'm at $5,100. Okay, I have $400 in my bank and the interest rate's 1.5%. So I have 400. And remember what 400 represents. It means I have 100. That's all my money, 100% of my money. And I get to keep $400. Okay, don't take that away from me. So that represents the 100%. And then I'm going to add 1.5% to that. So 1.5%. So with the decimal, it's no different. 100 plus 1.5 is 101.5. But we still need to divide by 100. So 101.5 divided by 100, 1.015. Okay, so 400 times 1.015 is $406. So I had 400, now I have 406, right? I have 406. And also put now after all these. Now, I want you to pause the video and do these on your own. So pause and do these three. Pause and do these three. Okay, now the next one's very easy. Remember what we said semi-annually. Semi-annually is 2 times every year. Find out how many times I got interest in my account. I get it semi-annually. That means 2 times every year. Well, how many years do we have? We have 5. So there's 2. There's 3. There's 2, 2, 2. So that's 3, but it's 5. So plus 2, plus 2. Or we just take 2 times 5. Okay? 2 times 5 is 10. Okay? So 10 times I got interest. All right, easy enough. Now, quarterly, remember what that means. That means 4 times every year. So I get it 4 times every year, and there's 12 years. So 4 times 12 is 48. So that's 48 times I got interest. Okay, annually. Remember, annually is 1 time every year. And there's 7 years. So I get it 1 time every year. There's 7 years. So 1 times 7 is just 7 times I got interest. Okay, now pause video and do these 3. Okay, here's the last thing I want to do. Rewrite the following multiplication problems with exponents. We have 60. Then we're timesing by 1.02, timesing by 1.02, timesing by 1.02, timesing by 1.02. So I'm multiplying the 60. 60 appears once, and I'm multiplying by 1.02 4 times, okay? So I can use 1.02, and then you're going to put what's called a power, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I want you to write that out, okay? 60 times 1.02 to the 4th power. And that's what I want to see, those two things. This is what we write. This is how we say it. Okay, the next one. I've got 300 just once, and I'm multiplying it, but then there's two 1.03s, okay? So I make an upside down V, and then it's twice, so to the 2nd power. Okay, so I write 300 times 1.02 to the 2nd power. Okay, so those two things are what I want to see. Now the next one, we got 750 just once, and we have 1.01. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those, so to the power of 5. Okay. Now, how do we say that in word form? We say 750 times 1.01 to the 5th power. Okay, now do these three, and then you're done with this packet.